all of the books that were in my wish list that I ever wanted to read, I went ahead and bought them. And I'm hoping to read them in 2026. And in this video, I'm not only gonna share all of the books with you, I'm also gonna share why I bought this book and what are the outcomes that I want to get from it. Basically, my assumption about how the book is gonna change my life. Let's go. The biggest challenge of learning something in 2026 is to stay focused on one topic for long enough for this topic to settle in your brain. And which medium could possibly be better for it than books? They force you to stay on the topic long enough. They usually repeat the same thing over and over in different ways, so you can actually digest the idea. And most importantly, they are tangible. In our profession, we don't touch a lot of stuff, but the books are physical objects. And the first category of books that I want to start with is, you guessed it, AI. Whether we like it or not, AI is here and it's probably here to stay. So I'd rather be leading this change than suffering from it. And we're gonna start with probably the most famous book that I've heard when people are talking about books about AI, which you can guess there are not a lot of them because it's a pretty new thing. Although I'm actually surprised how many people actually wrote books about AI. You can check the recent Humble Bundle about the AI books, and there's a lot of books. Anyway, the book that I got is AI Engineering. Now, I'm not an AI engineer. I'm a software engineer. I build systems. But recently, a lot of our systems, they start to include AI. And at first, it was more of a wrapper on top of ChatGPT that like a lot of startups had. But now, it's becoming more of a tooling that is using some of the AI capabilities under the hood. And the problem is building everything except for that hood. After working with AI professionally for a few months, I noticed there are some areas that I'm not comfortable with. About the limitations of model and how do we use them? How do we apply it? What kind of guardrails should we provide? How do we authorize? What kind of security and safety measures we need to add? So basically everything on top of using the AI in your software. And I really hope that after reading this book, I'm gonna be confident about how am I using AI in the products that I'm building and that I know about all the limitations. And another book that I want to be reading next year is Hands-on Large Language Models. And the reason I chose this book over other books is because I don't want to go into the depth of machine learning, and I do want to know how LLMs work on a very surface level. And it was kind of difficult to find books about it because we either get prompt engineering or we get math and statistics. This is not something I want to dive into next year. I hope that this book will build on top of the previous book, help me figure out how to not just build systems around AI, but also what to expect in the future from how AI is going to develop based on current information somehow. But hey, that's an assumption, right? Next category is system design, and one of the books that I got was Understanding Distributed Systems. And I have to say, I read this book before, but I also find it the most essential and the most condensed book you can think about because it has everything that you need to know about distributed system, how they communicate, what are the limitations. I want to reread this book again, and I want to have it in a paper format because I read it in the digital format before, and a lot of things I kind of want to just have open in front of me so I can reference it literally from my desk, but not because I'm using it regularly in my work. Those are more like underlying concepts that you're supposed to know in case of emergency. It takes some time to remember these concepts. And even now, if I just open this book on some random page, HTTP caching. Do I know how it works? Sure. Can I explain it to you in a video? I'm gonna read the book again. Next book is a second volume of System Design Interview. I'm not using this book for preparing for the interviews because I'm too lazy to do interviews. I really like the way they explain things. I don't always agree with all of the system designs in this book, but that's the whole idea, you know, to get a different angle, different perspective on how you build systems. And I find it extremely valuable. And since it's a preparation for an interview, it's given in a very short and concise format. I already have volume 1. Let me grab it. Here we go. This is volume 1. I've had it for a while and it has a lot of very simple system design questions that you're kind of supposed to know. It's like the basics of the basics. And the second volume is a bit more advanced. It has more advanced topics like the monitoring system or the blob storage system, which, you know, are way closer to the systems that we are working. And understanding how the systems are built really helps to understand the limitations of the systems. I wonder if they're supposed to be the same size or they're like different formats, but if you look at it, they're differently sized. And the other book in somewhat same section is The Philosophy of Software Design. Not that much about system design, more about how to build an application itself. This book was recommended to me so many times, I literally lost count. So I think it's time to read it. Plus, it's fairly small, so there is a limited amount of time I can actually postpone reading this book. Next, we're going to switch a little bit from programming to life. Next is the point about career growth. And here I actually had two books. I only bought one in paper, and that's the Software Engineer Guidebook. It's quite big and heavy. I bought this book because I've been reading his newsletter for a while and I like the writing style. And also I have no idea what I want to do with my career. That's the whole topic for another video. If you watched my videos before or maybe have seen the industry runt playlist, you know that I'm not happy with how the whole career growth topic works in IT and specifically for me. So I'm hoping to get some ideas from that book. And another book that I got for Kindle because I didn't want to read it on paper. I don't know if it's gonna help, but I surely hope so. Another book is not that much of a programming book. At least I know that a lot of people can read it outside of our profession. And that's the Algorithm to Live by book. I bought this book because I've already read a chapter or two and I liked it a lot. It covers some of the algorithms and statistical catches that you can apply in real life. And, you know, not how to use the binary search to find something quicker, but more of a when you're searching for the best candidate, when do you stop? Is there a magic number? I am thinking about this book more as an entertainment book than career-related book, but you never know which interesting idea you're going to find. And the last three books are YouTube books. Well, of course, they're not just YouTube books, because as I am incorporating all of the programming skills into my YouTube channel, I'm also trying to use all of the skills that I'm learning on the channel in my work. And I'm going to start with the book on writing well. You'd think that it's not relevant anymore because AI is writing everything for you, but I think it actually became more relevant. AI can write and it can do it extremely fast, way faster than any human. The quality is subpar, the hallucinations are there, but the speed is there. And to counteract the snowfall of AI-generated stuff, we need to work not only better, but also faster. And I think that this book can help me write a little bit faster. I've got this book for storytelling, The Art of Explanation, How to Communicate with Clarity and Confidence. I definitely have too much confidence. The clarity thing I need to work on. I've never realized how difficult it is to put what you want to say in a story. With or without preparation, it's like equally difficult for me. In your head, everything is kind of structured and you think you know what you want to share. But when you start talking or when you start making a YouTube video, it kind of doesn't make sense anymore. And the last book is a little bit surprising because you might think that it's not really about programming or YouTube or, you know, anything that an engineer might be interested in. But hear me out. I have zero desire of becoming a manager. I have an experience of being a manager, and that makes my zero desire pretty much negative desire. But here we are. The big part of being a manager is mentoring, and mentoring is explaining things, and explaining things is making YouTube videos and explaining my ideas to my colleagues at work. Also, a part of being a manager is learning how to organize and manage projects. And here we are again with the project on YouTube. I didn't have to necessarily manage people, but I do have to manage the resources to get to where I want to get. And it was also listed as the #1 book about management for people who don't want to be managers. So I'm gonna read it and let you know if it's true or not. I know the question that you might want to be asking, because I did ask this question to myself, is how am I supposed to read it in a year? Did I read 10 books this year? Of course not. But the thing is, although I am planning to read the books, which means to open it on the first page and close it on the last page, in reality, I'm pretty sure that some of the books are not going to be read like this. Some of these books are more of a reference books. Some of the books I know that I will start reading and then realize that my assumption was wrong and it's not going to help me with my goal, and it's just not relevant at this point in my life. So I think it's quite believable that I'm going to start reading all of them and I'm going to get whatever I need from them, and maybe I'll finish half of them. At least that's my reading plan for 2026. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see the progress on the books, or maybe hear some insights and decide if you want to read that book as well. I'm still working on the prioritization of the books. I think I am going to start with AI engineering because it's extremely relevant in my work right now. And I think I'm going to pick one of these two to start, either the manager one or the art of explanation, because I feel like these are the soft skills that I am not struggling but want to develop at this moment. That was a lot of books. Let me know in the comments which books are you reading in 2026, and maybe we have some overlaps. Don't forget to subscribe to the Life Meets Code newsletter because I'm going to be posting the updates about the books there, and I'll see you in the next video.